Okay, so in this video, just want to talk about the idea and as I put in the name of the video, right? That you should not never feel sorry for old ladies or I would say ladies close to the wall that are single or they are like in the relationship that they don't want you to be, and they're just like playing the victim card, right? It's just I was just like thinking uh, today, this morning, right? Because now I just got like a small break from work, and I just decided to do this video because um, every guy that date got any experience with a relationship, and especially when you are like when you pass when you're that young, like when you are after high school, and so you don't have this vision, right? But when you get older and more mature, and then you start to see that the girls, just because they're gonna just like hit the wall, they start to get like desperate to find a partner, right? To find this dream of marriage and create a family and so on. And my point is that you should never feel sorry for them, in the sense that by nature, right? Women will always play the victim card. It's always like they're gonna blame somebody else. It's never like their fault. Someone did something to them. They're just like there in the world, and then something happened, and they got screwed. But the idea is that when they get in this like let's say after 25, more or less, and then they start to have this desire. It's not like a desire, right? They have this need to find someone to build a stable relationship. And let's say that you're the guy that they are trying to build, right? They kind of, let's say, they choose you to be the provider, to be the guy that they want to marry and so on. The fact that the point that you should never feel sorry is because before, if you put yourself in the example, right? Before you, probably this girl had like, I don't know, 20, 30 guys minimum, that nice guys, right? Nice guys that want to date her, that would take care of her, that probably would start a family and so on. When she was like very, like, she had a lot of health to have a kid, and she was like super pretty because she was like in her prime. And what happened that most of nowadays, like most of the girls, they just like want to have fun between the, let's say, the end of high school, end of high school, beginning of the college, until they finish college and start work. And it's funny for you to think about this. It just like crossed my mind right now. When they are in, like, when they have their prime, right? They are like about 20 something. They never want to settle down, right? They are always like searching for the best guy that they can find, the the best option, and they're never like think, oh, I should settle down, or I found the guy that's okay. Nobody's perfect, but this guy is nice, so maybe I should start a family with him, get married with this guy. It's always like they always just think about this, let's say, the stable relationship, exactly in the moment. Actually, this could be even another topic to talk about, because, but in resume, it's just like they just think about settling down because they got to play real life. What I mean by that is like, let's say they finish college, right? So now they have to go to the workforce. They have to produce something. They have to, instead of just living and being like, pretty, and this was just like basically enough for most of the girls to achieve success in this world. Now that they finish college, now they have to produce, right? They have to be professional, they have to work, etc. So in that time that they have to do all of these, they just like, oh, now maybe it's time for me to settle down, because first of all, they don't have all this option, right? All these guys that were around, they continue with their life, or they have better and younger options, and prettier. So this guy just like kick out to the corner, these let's say around 30 years old ladies. And then when they have to really like be more than just like be pretty, they have really to produce something to the world. they just like, oh, now it's time for me to settle down. First, everyone knows, or every guy that has a bit of knowledge of red pill understand that it's not that they want to settle down because like you, right? Because you are the best option for them. They want to settle down because then that's a way, especially with the marriages, and if you take the context of you guys that are from America, right? With all these with all these laws that you have, it's like they make a contract that they're gonna have stability, and either the state, right, the taxpayers, or the husband is gonna support them for the rest of their lives. So it's not like they are choosing you because like, oh no, from all these, I don't know, 50 options that I had since I start to date as a girl. Now I pick you because you are the best one. No, the fact is that they are picking you because they don't want. First of all, everyone that had a bit of, let's say, mature conversation with some lady knows that most of them, they don't really want to work hard, right? As a man, they don't want to, like, do this job like for 20 years, build the resources, etc., make a bank account, like make savings accounts, whatever, invest this money. They want to, like, do something, but not like a man that has to do, right, has to provide for his family. So they find in this, let's say, in the second road, they turn to this road when they're close to the wall, because what, then that way they pick, let's say, you to get married with them and build a family, because then you're kind of like, let's say, not forced, but it's like expected from you, right? It's kind of a guarantee from them that for them that they're gonna have someone to take care of them, right? And that's exactly the point, that you should never like feel sorry or feel guilty or whatever, because all of these women, they had options. Like, you're not the first one that approached them, right? You're not like the first date that she had, or the first boyfriend or whatever. They always had options and guy before you, that nice guys. Not I'm not saying that like guys are just like just want them to have fun. I'm saying guys that probably like wanted to date them, to build a family, like I said before, have the no, marry them, etc. And they never pick this guy because they're in their prime, right? So they're like doing whatever they want with life. They're just like living the dream, having fun, and so on. So being married and have a family was never the priority, especially when they are in their prime. It's never like, oh no, this guy's nice, he's cool, so maybe I should settle down with this guy. Why would try another one, right? It's always like, no, this one is nice, but I can find somebody better tomorrow. And then they continue just to play around, and then when they get like close to the wall, suddenly they, oh no, now it's time for me to start a family. And then they start to play this victim role, like, oh, but it's not easy to find any guy, and I want a guy to take care of me, a guy that's sweet, and so on. And it's just like all fucked up, because they kind of transfer the responsibility of their choices, right? Because they choose to not pick any of these, let's say, 50 previous guy, and then kind of for the next guy, let's say the guy that is gonna date them when they are in this stage of, when they are completely like desperate. So this guy is supposed to come as a savior and take them and say, no, yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Like, it's just like completely stupid in my point of view, just like completely stupid. And they want you to have this, like, empathy with them, like, oh, I understand, oh, poor you, I know that's not easy, and so on. And the guy should be sweet. Like, no, no, you should never feel anything like close to the idea of like feel sorry for them, or no, you should never, because they had options before. And if they didn't, like, stayed with any of these guys, because actually it was not their desire, right? They just want to maybe try next one, maybe have fun with the next guy. So that's the main point that I just want to put out, and give you guys few ideas, because it's just like, it's not your if you're in this kind of position, right? And I kind of am taking a bit of the previous video that I said about this these girls that they were like dating, and they're like close to the wall, above 30, and they just like broke up long-term relationship, and they're expecting to find somebody better than what they had. And it's just like it's not, it's just like not your responsibility, right? If you are in that stage as a man, like you're about, I don't know, 28 to 35 or something like this, that now you're trying, you're kind of close to your prime, right? Because you're like building your stuff, you're working hard and so on, getting in and saving like resources. You should never feel sorry and try to save their lives, right? You should continue with your goals, your dreams, whatever you want to do in your life, and never feel sorry for them, that, oh, but this friend or this whatever, they are like alone. They're alone because they want to be. It's not because they never had guys running after them, right? Never had guys like, I don't know, giving them whatever they ask for. So it should never, literally never feel sorry for them. It was just, it's just like the old saying that every action, right? Everything that you do, you have like to be responsible. You have to understand that it's gonna have consequence, right? So they just play this fantasy land, this fantasy life through their prime, and then when they get close to 30s, they expect to find a boyfriend or whatever, just to start a relationship. And of course, especially nowadays, that guys are like waking up for this kind of crap. So no one wants to buy their, let's say, their old entitlement, their old and annoying behavior. So you should never feel sorry. It's just like they decide, they took control of their life, especially when they were in their prime. And if you come from the background like a nice guy, as I used to be as well, because I was like very, let's say, very polite and so on. I explained this already in the previous video. And when you come to, I think most of the guys, right, we never had like this knowledge of red pill and this strong male model for you to observe and learn with them. So you always was like in this trap of being the nice guy and so on. And every guy in this scope knows that when you are young and when women are in their prime, they don't give a shit about you. You're just like, oh, whatever, it's just another guy. It's like, it's nice to have him around because he's nice and so on. And when I feel sorry because uh, uh, the guy that I was supposed to, they just like kick my ass. So it's nice just to have some, let's say, emotional support of this nice guy. But like you're just like third, fourth option, but maximum, right? In their pool. So yeah, you should never feel sorry, and just like continue with your goals, and whatever. It's not your issue, and remember that whatever they say to you, whatever they try to paint this image of, oh, they are the victim, they always date the bad guys, they always attract the bad guys. First of all, that's a lie, that they had like many options of nice guys, but they never want to date these nice guys because whatever, the guy was boring, the guy was whatever they create in their speech, like to make an excuse. And second is just, it's just it's just like you're not your problem. So why you would first, why you would believe on them what they're saying? Because with experience, that's not true. They had many options before. They're just like trying to put some colors around that and say, oh, but it was always the bad guys. And second, if the girl comes to you and let you know that, oh, this girl was just like unlucky and she always was dating the bad guys, so it tells a lot about her, right? If she was always picking up the bad guys, if you have, let's say, a tendency to do the same behavior all the time, the problem is not the results, right? The problem is that you're doing the same stuff. You're doing the same stuff every time, and you're just crazy because you expect to be the results to be different. And you, if you, the girl was dating all these bad guys before, right? It was her choice. Why she was dating all these bad guys if she had options of, let's say, in a pool of 1 2 bad guys, she had at least like 50, 60, 70 guys that were nice ones, nice guys, but they never had any value for her. So when she's like in her, let's say, worst times, she's gonna say, oh, the now the nice guys are like, and you can search this on the internet, on YouTube, whatever. You're gonna see like many, let's say, old ladies. They always gonna say, oh, but yeah, when I was young, I was just like attracted by the guys that were like more handsome, had more muscles, the assholes guys in this one. But now that, oh, I'm older, I always tell the young ladies. Actually, I saw this in some whatever YouTube video, and it was like a group of three black girls talking about relationship, and they were discussing like, oh, but no, when you get older, you start to understand that the nice guys, even if they're boring and so on, blah blah blah, they make the good partner in a relationship. Of course they do. This is like, they try to again to light you, to make this illusion in your brain that, oh, but if you still continue to be a nice guy, because when you get close to your prime, that's between, let's say, starting from 30 years old, right? When you get as a nice guy to your prime, you're gonna find somebody. Of course you're gonna find somebody, because it's when they are like in their cave. They are like in the end of the prime. They are like, they're not desirable anymore. So that's the moment when these girls that were in the prime, they kind of glue with these nice guys, because not because the nice guys, they realize with age and experience that, oh, I should date a nice guy because the nice guy is the like he can contribute, he can be the base of relationship. They just do that because they know that you are useful. They know that you're gonna have resources because you're building your stuff. You're like, following your dreams in the sense of work and so on. And they're not coming to you as a nice guy because they think that, oh, they actually not, they think, they realize that you are the you have base, like you are the supporter, you can provide. They came to you because they have no other options. The guys that were like the best ones, the top 5%, they're just like, oh, no, you're too old, they don't want you, are gonna go back for the 20, 21 years old. And then because they're left over, now they come to you and they see that you have stuff, right? You build your base. Now suddenly like, oh, but I should see the nice guys as someone that really can help in a relationship. No, the same guy that could help you when you were like 10 years ago can help you now, but that's the point. You should never like have this responsibility. If they didn't want you when they were like in their prime, why have the obligation to pick them right now? So yeah, I went in a lot of ideas right now, but just to make the video short, it's already like 30, 20 minutes. Yeah, but you should never feel sorry for them when they get older, or if they don't have any relationship, and if they're just alone. So it's not your responsibility. Yeah, but that's the message, you guys. Enjoy your Eastern. I'm gonna enjoy mine. Have a nice Friday and end of the week. See you guys.